We bring you the latest updates from the Pna Newsroom. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. concluded his first foreign trip with over 466 billion pesos worth of business deals from Indonesia. Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles said these agreements were secured during the president's roundtable discussion with Indonesian leaders and investors. She said that among the Memorandum of Understanding and Letters of Intent signed is an $822 million investment in textiles, garments, renewable energy, satellite gateway, wire global technology, and agri-food. A $7 billion in infrastructure and a $662 million in trade value for a supply of coal and fertilizer. Cruz Angeles said the deals would translate to about 7,000 new jobs for Filipinos. Marcos earlier said Indonesian business leaders and investors were very enthusiastic about starting and expanding their business investments in the country. Aside from business agreements, the president also strengthens its relationship with Indonesia and has yielded pacts on defense, culture, bilateral deals, and creative economy. The president is now in Singapore for another state visit. Meanwhile, President Bongbong Marcos was warmly welcomed by the Filipino community as he arrived in Singapore yesterday. About 1,500 Filipinos trooped to the Ho Bi Auditorium of the National University of Singapore to express their overwhelming support for the president. Marcos thanked and praised the Filipino community in Singapore for making a good impression on their employers because of their skills and hard work. He vowed to protect them and their families through various forms of assistance, such as scholarship grants and health care. About 200,000 Filipinos live and work in Singapore. Of the figure, 58% are registered as professionals and skilled workers, while 42% are household service workers. In 2021, Singapore was the second largest source of overseas Filipino remittances worldwide, amounting to $2.20 billion.
We proactively attract investments in our country in order to accelerate post-pandemic growth and create more jobs in the Philippines. Kaya namin pinag-iibayo rin ang ating gobyerno ang paghatid sa inyo ng maayos, mabilis at pulidong serbisyo dito sa Singapore sa pamamagitan ng ating embahada. At dahil prioridad ng administrasyong ito ang kapakanan ng mga OFW at ang kanilang pamilya sa Pilipinas. Ito yung pagbabago na dinala ng ating Secretary Toots Ople. Ay sabi niya, alagaan natin yung mga OFW, ngunit wag natin kakalimutan, alagaan din natin ang kanilang pamilya sa pamamagitan ng mga scholarship, pamamagitan ng healthcare, pamamagitan ng housing. Yan po ang aming tinatrabaho ngayon. At nasisimulan na natin para naman, yung trabaho ninyo ay hindi nyo kailangan isipin ang kalagayan ng inyong mga mahal sa buhay.
Senators have encouraged students who have become victims of sexual harassment as well as their parents to seek help. This as actor and filmmaker Jerome Canlas recounted the sexual abuses committed at the Philippine High School for the Arts at Mount Makiling in Los Baños, Laguna. Canlas said during the Senate probe on Tuesday that while he was aware of the abuses happening at PHSA, he and other victims did not complain for fear of losing their scholarships. Senator Robin Hood Padilla meantime praised Canlas's courage and encouraged other victims to speak up. He said he will write Vice President and Education Secretary Sara Duterte to ensure that safe spaces in schools are being implemented. The DepEd has tapped the assistance of the National Bureau of Investigation, or NBI, to probe the allegations. Senator Rafi Tulfo, on the other hand, told PHSA Director Greg Zuniga to shape up and institute reforms. In other news, the Philippines has once again appealed for executive clemency for Mary Jane Veloso, the Filipino worker who has been on death row for 12 years in Indonesia over drug-related charges. Malacanang confirmed that Foreign Affairs Secretary Enrique Manalo appealed for executive clemency for Veloso. Press Secretary Trixie Cruz Angeles said they will file and refer their appeal to Indonesia's Ministry of Justice. Meanwhile, she also assured that the Department of Foreign Affairs has been providing consular assistance to Veloso since her arrest in 2010. The Philippines has sought clemency for Veloso in 2010 and again in 2015. Her execution in April 2015 was postponed following the arrest of her recruiters. And that is the latest from the Pna Newsroom. Stay tuned for more updates on the biggest stories throughout the day. I am William Theo. Good afternoon, everyone.